Greetings, listeners and viewers. Your host for the night, Zach, here, introducing you to The Call Cthulhu podcast by Twisted Gears Studios. Again, just another reminder of the new changes in case we missed you in the past few weeks. Our episodes now premiere with video on YouTube at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and air on all our regular audio-only platforms an hour later. So feel free to join us when our next episode premieres and talk to the gang. But for now, last we left our investigators, having asked Mary and Mr. Black to wait outside to ensure the New England Center of Antiquities survives whatever may come from this sarcophagus. The investigators attempt one final gamble before the infiltration of the Silver Twilight Lodge.
So, I'm going to start off this episode.
You gonna die?
With a belch.
Don't die, it's bad for your health.
So they say.
Okay, so I'm going to start off this episode. That the players were actually having quite an interesting discussion between this recording. So if they would like to discuss what they were discussing, they can, or I can just move on with the story.
Oh, well, I was just throwing out the idea of, like, if we don't die because we're fried by the sun when this thing is opened or whatever. That I was thinking about, trying to think of all the places that we've seen the black goo. Like the timeline. What's the freaking timeline? We've seen this black goo primarily at our haunted house. Gall's journal. We assumed it was Gall's journal. We called it Gall's journal, whatever, which made total sense because it was in his possession.
We found it in his lab of crazy.
But what if he had it just in his possession? It's not his, right? Because we couldn't really read anything that was in it.
He had pictures of the house, and that's why we knew where the house was.
Yeah, and that's how
we thought it was
the
Gall's
address
house.
and we could read that.
Yes.
But we found out since that it's Corbett's house.
That is Corbett's house.
And the same symbols that were in that journal were in Aloysius' journal.
And we don't know 100% for certain if Walter Corbett actually was buried in the basement of his house.
I think
we just
he was
know
not.
that his neighbors
They
didn't want him
sued
to
because
be.
they sued for him to not be.
Yes, but we don't know if they were successful.
I don't
Or
know
if he did it anyway.
As Zach, the player, is going to say this.
Yeah.
I think he was buried there.
I think he was too.
The issue being that we have an infinite number of clones that look a lot like a bunch of people that have been around Walter Corbett, but aren't him. I think Walter Corbett was in fact buried there, and that's where there's the source of the black goo conversion has been happening.
So that
he's been living beyond death by copying other people.
So that black goo is infiltrating his body and creating versions of Walter Corbett, then let's go off and do the thing.
Something happens to... There's a bunch of creepy shit in the basement of that house, right? I think something creepy... They did something to him prior to his death, and possibly not even death, prior to his burial, and his grave is the source of this ichor.
Well, because you were saying that the vats of goo at that house
were Walter Corbett's vats, not Gall's.
Yes.
So then here's the
I
question. Agree. Did we see Albert Gall at the house at all? Because I thought that there was some indication at the house
we saw
that Gall was either following us or was nearby recently or had been there or...
I know that when we opened the journal, we saw a figure in the window.
We did, but we didn't recognize who the figure was.
There's only two pieces of evidence that tie Gall to the house. One, he drew it in his... It was drawn in the book that we found on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
which is not a guarantee that it's his.
Yeah.
Right? And two, the fact that we now know that Heinrich is working in some way with Gall and that Heinrich's old partner was in the basement. But that happened before they met Gall.
So then where did Gall get the book? And why was Heinrich and Father O'Malley investigating that house?
If I recall, did your character tell us about your phone call with that professor? Because I do believe it was stated in that cut. Well, we've been kind of assuming that. Oops.
No, I'm pretty sure I told. I basically
said you did.
The point I'm getting at is the Heinrich and Barnabas brought him a journal to draw in.
They did.
It might have been that journal.
So then it is
it might have been in their possession and they gave it to him.
Yes, I think perhaps Barnabas and Heinrich gave Albert Gall Corbett's journal.
So and the excuse they used was this is for him to draw in, but it was here's a journal, tell us what it means.
Possibly.
Or something to bring out something in him that they wanted, information.
Possibly.
Either way,
bring out what in him? Like how does that work?
The man's fucked. He was only in there for a couple months before he, left.
Well, yeah, but he was put in there. He was already crazy.
It said Dr. Jones gave Gall sketchbooks.
Yeah,
That's what it
sketchbooks
says.
plural.
So,
Books, yeah.
Could have been one of them.
so we'll move back to the box, but here's a question. Here's a question that if we don't die, I want us to think about. Is it possible? Because we know there's the two types of goo. One is more violent, aggressive change, and the other one doesn't seem to be. It seems to be more benign. Is it possible that this benign goo creates replicants and they don't know that they are a replicant?
Oh, I think it's very likely.
Which means that our Skeet could be the original, could be a replicant, but either way, he doesn't know. He just knows that he's Skeet.
I was wondering actually if Skeet was a failed version of a replica, of a copy, and that would fit that theory. So Skeet is a copy, but one that is no longer being controlled by Walter Corbett
Because of
that's
what
I
happened.
want to bring up one quick thing before the gavel. One quick thing.
Yeah.
They were putting shit in the people on the spikes at Swill's gullet.
That's right.
I don't think the worms are... I think the worms secrete the shit. Obviously, we've discovered that. But I don't think the bodies secrete the shit without the worms. But I do believe the black goo has something to do with turning people into Walter Corbett. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right.
Something to think about.
So the other thing I was going to bring up is what you know about the Corbett farmstead, which maybe it's been years
Yes.
since this has happened out of game time.
And I can't find my notebook.
You will eventually.
will
When it doesn't matter, you will find it.
Yeah.
There are a few things that were found at the Corbett farmstead, the house, the caved-in house where the fire and the half-torn body was.
Dr. Jones's notes.
Well, it's not as much Dr. Jones knows. She found his medical bag.
Yeah.
Okay, you found the medical bag in the same room as you found the ripped in half body.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There something I don't know even know why I'm bringing it up because it wasn't touched, but there was a hammer which had a residue on it, which was just left. I was even I believe I even said, did somebody want to take it? And it was, no. And you left that. I'm not saying that was important, but if I'm saying it, it might have been important. 3.
It was probably goo.
You also
I just assumed the residue was blood.
You also found Marion found, I believe, in the back room in the house, the study area, Walter Corbett's journals.
Yep.
3 books wrapped in a twine that wasn't
We
twine.
keep saying we're going to look at them, and we keep not looking at
They're
them.
in your fucking satchel.
No, they were
right?
given to Simon.
They were given to Simon.
They were given to Simon and
I
Allison.
made that a note in the last research box we had. If I had time, the next thing I was going to talk to was Simon about the journals, but we ran out of fucking time.
And also,
They're in the safe at the New England Center of Antiquity, or at least they were before it got shot.
what was found in
so
way back in episode case number.
Don't ever hire us.
No, it's,
Lord,
I believe
do
it
you
might
know
just
how
give
many
me
fucking
one
threads we're pulling on right now?
There.
We missed 2.
Yeah.
We're not just unraveling a sweater, we're unraveling the entire closet.
Back way back in case number 0106, the getaway car.
If it's in case 01, there's no way we're going to remember it.
Well, no, that's fine.
Sorry,
Bring it
keep
up.
going, keep going, yeah.
That room is also where you found the Egyptian puzzle box.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, Velociraptor.
I was just about to say it. Clever girl.
Man, maybe we
I'm
should
not
get
saying
the
the
drills
right
before we open the box. I don't know. Too late. We're going to
You know
open
what?
the
We're
box.
going to open it
We don't have
because
time.
because
I know.
we're
Fucked.
It'll take
Okay.
25 to 30 minutes to get to wherever the journals currently are, and then 25 to 30 minutes to get back.
all right.
Well, so this,
Simon can do that if we all
now,
live while we
after all of your talking right now, I think we should jump right back into the
Sure.
game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I will allow over time of your characters to be able to bring this stuff up and talk about it and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to rehash the exact same conversation in. Just treat it as if you're at that
we can
line.
assume that conversation kind of happened in that long.
Yes, I'm
debate
willing
that we
to
had.
allow that because I have so many twists and turns I throw into stuff. I do like it when some connections are made, whether they're right or clearly wrong. Anyway,
Clearly wrong.
I said right or clearly wrong.
Thanks, you.
I mean, both have happened in the last 5 minutes.
Yes.
But I'm going to have Marion as you're leaving the house.
Yep.
And as you leave the front door, parked in front of the house, just hopping out of the Packard Twin Six is Skeet. Mr. Black is nowhere in sight
Okay.
because
He
they
left.
have already left.
Yeah.
Okay? And Skeet looks up and says, "Oh, we're going somewhere, miss?"
I'm actually trying to catch up to Mr. Black. I believe he's gone to the end of the lane.
"Oh, hop in, my ducky. We'll go there right now."
Thank you.
And he hops into the driver's seat. And Marion hops into the passenger seat. And
Never to
off
be
you
seen
go.
again.
What conversation did we literally just have? We literally just said this.
Yep.
The next arc will be just Marion in an adventure. No, anyway. So Skeet,
Fuck Alistair. We gotta go
So-
save this one.
he's not doing anything weird.
Yeah,
He's
Adventures
just
of Marion
Skeet.
and Skeet.
Oh, did you want to say something?
I was
Sorry.
just going to say, we just go to the end of the lane and is
Yeah.
Mr. Black there?
Oh, okay. So basically, you drive because I'm assuming you're all going to wait a couple of minutes. You drive to the lane, and there is a sort of like a black town car.
Okay.
It's the easiest way to put it. Type of vehicle,
Yeah.
you know. And they are waiting at the lane.
Okay. I'm gonna-
In the vehicle, the vehicle's running, and Skeet pulls up in the Packard Twin Six with you there.
I'm going to get out of the car.
Mhm.
I'm going to look at Skeet and say, I'm not sure what... You know that we get involved in some fairly unusual things.
Oh, I've noticed, miss.
Yeah.
I've noticed that there's quite unusual things on the go.
So I'm not
For sure,
sure
for sure.
what's going to happen in the next 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh my!
As far as I know, it could go in any direction. I'm going to speak with Mr. Black for a while, and if we leave, I'll be leaving with him, and if not, then I'll drive back to the manor with him.
He looks a little bit
I'm-
confused.
I don't...
Is there
I
something
need
to
to have
miss,
a conversation. I need to have a conversation with Mr. Black. I am worried that something bad is going to happen at the house.
What, miss?
I don't know, but it could be nothing. So I
The Cadbury's
leave
at
it
the
up.
house, miss.
I leave it up to you to stay or go,
Okay.
and then I'm going to get into the car with Mr. Black.
And you see Skeet just standing outside, and he just seems to be taking in what you said, and it takes him a couple of seconds, and he's just like, oh. And he hops into the Packard Twin Six, spins around, and drives back into the estate. At which point, I'm going to go back to Amos, Agatha, and Alfie.
Well, now
The
we've just,
AAA.
You don't
now
know.
we've just got a time bomb attached to this.
You don't know
No,
that that's
no.
happening.
And
Skeet
we
is
have
going to die
just
today.
put everybody
What?
else at risk
Yeah,
We're fine.
in the house.
We're fine.
this is what I'm saying. Marion is not necessarily the most moral character because she didn't think of the staff.
Again, if it's a world
Yeah,
ender,
you're all monsters.
again, if it's a world ender, how are they gonna know?
Not a world ender, but just this building ender.
It's my kind of nihilism.
All right.
Are we doing this?
There are
Yeah.
degrees in between. It's good and it destroys the world.
Not
it
today.
could just destroy this room
Are
or this
we-
building.
yeah.
Or it could be like
Yeah,
nuclear bomb and
we get
just
it. We get
destroy
it.
Boston.
It
We
could,
don't know.
We get it. It could not matter. It could really matter.
Yeah, if I have to increase their hazard pay, I will.
It's funny that your staff has hazard pay. Your regular cooks and butlers and just staff in general, gardeners and housekeepers, they have hazard pay because just sometimes monsters attack.
But most of the
So-
time they don't.
We doing this?
Yeah. So I'm going to approach the box
Sure.
with the eye patch up, exposing the gaping hole that is in my face. And
Oh, you can open it. I'm fine with that.
are you okay? All right. I'm going to.
I'm gonna before she opens it, I'm gonna kind of pull out my gun, look at Simon, and be like, "So, if we don't make it through this, and
What, you're
Alistair-
gonna shoot me?
No, and Alistair doesn't. Oh, I'm like checking, just making sure the gun works. Something. I'm like, so if we don't make this and we don't save Alistair, he's gonna know that you tried everything possible to save him, right?
Well, probably not.
Fantastic. And then I'll aim the gun to the sarcophagus just in case.
He's like, oh, to be clear as well, that, I mean, if something really drastic happens and we're both, like, obliterated or something, then, let's not forget who we are.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
You might exist as a little bit of paste.
No, that's bound to happen eventually anyway. But what I mean is... What
is happening right now?
Am I being a bit too blunt again? What I mean is...
Vague, more like it.
Is that we're sin eaters.
Yeah, you keep using that word.
Yeah, we're sin eaters, which means we're like a prison for
Yeah,
things.
you keep saying
so
that.
if our physical forms go, that gets released.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't know.
But we'll be dead anyway.
I don't
And
know.
Alistair can deal with that. I mean, he hasn't done much the last little while, let's be honest.
Oh, so he'll know if you die.
So,
Oh, Alistair should know if I'm die. Well, I mean, yeah.
Great,
I mean,
perfect.
that's
Problem
sad,
solved. We don't
though.
got to send a letter.
I'm like his best friend. That's just...
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. Are we gonna do this?
Guns pointing at the sarcophagus. Just in case.
What's the rush?
Rather.
Alistair dying.
Get to it.
So, I'm assuming with the runes that I can see, it
Wax on, wax off. Is that
Christ.
I'll know what to press to open up. the
Yeah,
box
you
and
know basically what you have to do. It's more of a movement over the box itself.
Oh,
Like I don't mean I mean touching it, but the runes, but running your hands along.
there's nothing to press because I thought you said that there
There
was...
are indentations, but as you run along, stuff. It's not like you pushing in. It's just as you're doing it.
on.
Like a puzzle
Oh,
box,
okay.
piece of
All right.
shifting and stuff.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing.
I feel like I should be singing some
Chunk,
kind
chunk,
of
chunk,
song,
chunk.
you know, like.
It's Friday. Gotta get down to Friday.
You're going to throw shit at you. Stop
You're with Mr. Black. Singing
it. With
songs.
the gavel.
I waited too long, so I picked the most annoying thing I could think of.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna
feel so
do the
much the same.
movements to open up the box. I'm assuming runes are lining up with things.
Oh yeah. There's no question. There is a couple of things that are going to happen.
Okay.
Number one is I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
First off, Simon steps back around 5 or 10 feet.
Really? Does he really think that's going to do something?
It might.
It might,
That's fair.
right?
There are degrees in between benign and bum.
Okay.
What?
That's basically, Liz just gave us the definition of everyday life.
There's a barometer between benign and bomb.
Yes, it's called
Oh my god.
life.
Amos,
I love the alliteration there, by the way.
where are you standing? Is my point.
I'll split the difference between Simon and these two up at the box.
So healthy are you up at the box then?
Sure. Thank you.
Someone's gotta not. I'm letting her be the one to open it. I might as well be the one standing.
Yeah, and you said he's 20 feet back?
No, I said let's just say he's 10 feet away.
Okay, that'll be
He's
5
not
feet
like
away.
blocking himself or hiding behind a table. He just steps back 10 feet. Like he's 10 feet away.
Yeah, I will be between
Watching
him and the
him.
box.
So you'll be 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I'm not like right up there. I'm far enough away that if something were to come out, I can shoot it without it grabbing the gun before I fire.
That you
And I'm just gonna be standing there and watching Agatha start doing this, and I'm just gonna say, you know, I hope my father is proud of me.
Why wouldn't he be proud of you?
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not always a wonderful person.
Everybody's gonna have their mistakes, Althea.
Well, let's hope this isn't one of them, eh?
Well, you're gonna find out pretty quick if he's proud
Yeah,
of you.
go ahead and finish.
Yeah. And then Simon says, Althea, I know I can be hard to get along with. I don't see why. Makes no sense to me.
You're a
But,
pain in the ass. Keep going.
yeah, but I can tell you that Gordon would be proud of you. Are you going to start this, or do we have to get even more
yeah,
emotional?
sure.
I'm not
So-
good at
so-
emotional stuff.
She's already started it.
But while I'm
She stopped to talk.
while I'm continuing the thing, I'm gonna say to Amos behind me, being like, you know, for what it's worth, Amos, if this is gonna be the day I die, I'm really happy that I got to know you in the brief moments that I had. As much as we didn't agree with each other, you know, it's been real. Like, I don't know how to describe that, but
I mean, same, but also I think I'm starting to feel like Simon in the sense of I don't know how to deal with this emotional shit.
You know what? Let's just get this over with before we start saying things and we have to live with them after.
As everyone's saying goodbye to each other, you notice that Simon gets a weird look in his face and steps back another 5 feet. It sounds like real goodbyes. I gotta get back another 5 feet.
There'll be more whiskey.
You know, there is a barometer between Benign and Bob.
Excuse me?
Okay, let's.
Yeah, you can have some too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Want some whiskey? I'll get some whiskey.
Okay, yeah, let's open
So
it.
it's empty.
Simon, make yourself useful. Pour 3 whiskeys. 4 whiskeys. Want some? 4 whiskeys.
I can just grab a bottle. We can just take turns.
Let's go! Bring it!
All right,
Let's just
so
open the stupid box.
okay.
Okay, so you
Yes.
you start.
Yeah.
And you're like rubbing your hand over the runes, and they slightly glow
Yeah.
to you. It doesn't look like anything's happening to the rest of you watching, but to you, it's like they slightly glow, and you're running your hands over it, and then pieces of the runes, the rest of you see, sort of, you hear like a click, and certain runes just recess in and lock into place. And you're doing that, and it takes a couple of minutes to go through the process.
Simon, where's the fucking tumblers?
I was just laughing to myself. It was like, we open this and now we're all awkward because there's just a note inside that says, Heinrich is here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Take
look at
back
page
all the nice things you
167.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of minutes, you hear a large click, and the top lid, it doesn't even look like it has a proper lid, but you can see a line sort of appear, and it just goes click. So it's like you got that box, and the top of the box slightly clicks open, but that's it.
That you could lift the lid.
That you could lift is what it looks. Other than that, there's no other super crazy thing that happens to do with opening the lid itself. I do need you to once again make me a Cthulhu Mythos check, though.
Always.
No,
Oh.
99.
just
Little
you,
God,
just
stop.
you,
Oh.
just you.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I should have. Perfect. Agatha needs to because she's the one who's doing it.
99 out of 9. That's
9.
9.
9's for
nines.
everyone.
Yeah. So
stop
no.
using this.
I haven't used different dice.
Cthulhu Mythos, I think it, like the fact all of our Cthulhu Mythos rolls have been in the
Probably
90s.
Anyway,
And here
so
we thought we were
I
playing
failed.
No, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a critical fumble on a Cthulhu Mythos roll unless you're insane. Shit goes down.
Yeah.
Actually, you critical fumble on any roll while you're in a mental break. Stuff gets crazy.
Okay.
Like, I don't. It'll happen at some point.
It'll happen at some
Anyway.
point.
Maybe sooner than you realize.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah. So it's like click. So it
Okay.
looks like you can stick your
So-
fingers in and.
Since you
Two.
did the Rooney thing, I'll open the lid.
Okay, so you put your hands and you're about to open the lid.
You son of a bitch.
It's gonna be like the spores.
No.
So much worse.
As you put your hand in to open up the lid, it doesn't move. You like, it just seems to be solid, and it just won't move for you. It just won't move. You can't lift it.
Okay.
For some reason, it should. I don't know
Okay.
how else to explain it, but it's not moving at
I
all.
got an idea.
Agatha,
Yeah?
do you want to try this? It won't move for me.
Sure. And I'll go up and I'll try to do the same thing.
And it does open
Oh.
for you. It does open for
Because
you.
you're the one who opened it.
Oh no. Oh no.
And as you open it up, and there's a pile of spores, and you melt.
This is cursed.
Everything is
not the
ours.
song, but I'll sing it like that. But anyway, no. So you raise up. You raise up the lid. There's no puff of smoke or anything else, and there just looks to be. There's a few things in here.
Okay.
Okay. First things first.
Oh. Okay.
You see a similar sight, which is a robe.
What color?
I believe they were navy blue, a
Oh, it is
darkish
actually-
color. It looks to be
What?
exactly the same as the other robe. It is one of the Silver Twilight Lodge cultists' robes. And it
Why do I
seems
not
to
like
be placed there as if it was placed there yesterday. There's no like smell of anything bad, nothing in here. You know what I mean? Because stuff's stored away. What? I guess, Lindsay, when you put clothes in storage and you take them out and they smell funny, that's probably
Musty smell?
musty smell.
It could be a stale or musty
Yeah,
smell.
but that's not it. It's not that. I'm not saying you touch it yet, but there's a robe folded up really nice and laid there. Okay.
It's handy.
Right on top of the robe is a mask. Very similar to the porcelain masks, those weird, you weren't sure, you know it's not porcelain, but you don't know what they were made of.
Yeah.
Except this mask appears to be made out of wood. And not just any wood, similar to the ancient petrified wood that the Egyptian puzzle box was made of. But there's a mask made that's exactly the same as those weird material ones.
Oh my god.
But it's-
Okay.
You-
I'll say something in a second once you finish your thing.
And the third is, there's only three things, right? There's those robes, there's that. Yeah, there's only three things, because the third thing looks to be a book, okay? It's fairly large. You okay?
Sorry, I think I had a thought.
It's not probably not what you think it is, because I made it up,
Oh.
right?
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry.
Book of Life from the Mummy. Yeah.
It's not the
Necronomicon.
Necronomicon.
I was gonna
It's not.
ask it something else.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from, but no, it's not that other. It seems to be, you're not sure the material it's made out of. It seems to be a book that's, it's like a black leather. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's ridged and bumped, but it seems to be, it's all black, and it looks like the book is glistening, like it's wet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
really
yeah.
glistening,
Like it's glossy?
but it's not. Yeah, it's glossy, but it's like there's knobs and stuff all over it. It's not like perfectly flat.
It's just bound.
The bound of the book
Yeah,
is
it's
bound, and is bound with some kind of black material.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's in there.
Well, I think we ended up getting our third set of robes.
Oh, you've come up to meet us at the box?
Yeah, once nothing jumps up, I'll get up close just in case.
I'm gonna reach in.
Okay, I'm liking this. What are you doing?
I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to grab the book.
Okay, straight up. Greatness. Agatha reaches in
What are you doing?
and grabs the book. I'm assuming by the spine.
Yeah, it would
I'm
be the
assuming you're going-
sturdiest point. Yes.
Yeah. So you grab it. It's fairly large.
I know.
I'm just looking around for
real
something.
quick. As she goes to reach for it, as she reaches for it,
Because she's doing it immediately, and you're 5 feet away.
yeah. Can I see that there is a book in the
No.
thing? No.
Not because it's a little. It's deep, right?
Right.
So
So
you
then
would
I will
see-
make the statement once I see there is a book.
Right. I'm just saying because Agatha opened it, is standing over it. If her immediate reaction is to reach down and grab it, Althea's there. If you wanted to do something, but all you get going through your mind is, you're not sure where it's coming from. You think it might be your subconscious, or just you're talking to yourself, but the voice sounds a little bit off, and it sounds the voice in your head sounds scared.
Okay.
And it's like, don't touch that book. That's what you hear in your mind.
Okay.
Don't touch that book.
Okay.
Right? And then you see Agatha immediately reach in and grab it.
Okay. I'm gonna try and reach out and like grab her arm to stop her from doing it, or just like to stop her
Oh, okay. I'll
if I can.
because you are close enough. But it would be a
Pose dexterity.
the problem is that Agatha is definitely going to get a bonus die. And the other issue is that Althea, let me just check my list here. Thank you, Alec, for the penalty die I can give out. That I give Althea a penalty
Oh
die.
my god!
Let's check. Alec.
On this one, you choose to give me a penalty die.
You
What a
get
son of
a
a
penalty
bitch.
die.
Alec, we're not friends anymore.
Roll in here.
Okay, and it
Yep.
will be a dexterity check. Now, on a draw, Agatha's grabbing the book.
It's a lot of things in Agatha's favor here.
Okay.
I feel like
Bonus
she's
And it's, a,
die.
and it's a bonus percentile, correct?
You get a bonus percentile, you get a penalty. Did you succeed?
Out of dexterity?
Yeah, I believe you have a 50 dex.
59 or a 69 out of 50, so no, I did not.
Get it. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Penalty die. Me?
I'm
I'm
not-
not the one who gave it to you.
Am I
Alec
allowed to
was.
spend- Am I
Hey, man.
allowed? Hey, am I allowed to
Or-
spend luck on ability checks?
Spend luck on
I
this
have
opposed check.
Yes, I have 72 out of 65.
I will allow it, but what did you get?
I have 59 out of 50.
Okay, now this is what we're gonna do because you said it 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Burn your luck to make it a success.
Okay.
Did you want to burn 9 to make yours a success and you win draws? Because I said that off the start.
Yes, I can. Yes,
Okay,
I
so
will.
you burn that.
You will. Why?
Burn that luck. Hooah!
What is wrong with you? What the fuck?
Listen.
I'm so excited. I want to see what happens.
Listen.
You're not even here.
I know. Marion didn't want to see what happens, but I want to see what happens.
Okay, so that's
The fuck, buddy? It's funny because the thing I was gonna say, but I can't say it now because I was still gonna say it, but
Okay.
I'll say it in a moment here.
Once again,
Alec.
thanks, Alec.
Alec, look at what you've done. Look at the chaos you have created.
I think that's the point.
But
That's so
let's
good.
look at this.
It's so good.
But this is the thing.
Oh, we're all
This
gonna
is
die.
how important a properly used penalty or bonus die is.
Yeah.
I gave Agatha a bonus die just because you were reacting to something she did. Because she was already reaching down for it. That's why she had the bonus die. Hey, it's not my fault. It's Alec's fault.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, I can't believe. See,
If this kills us. If this kills us.
all right, this kills us.
Agatha,
And spending
First
no
off.
more luck.
Yes.
I need you to roll me a power roll.
Oh,
26 out of
Huh.
70, so that's a hard success.
Yes, you do succeed, which is great. You reach down, and as you see Althea reaching forward to grab you, you just use your other hand, just flick her hand away. You're just like, and you reach down and go, just let me describe it, people. You grab it, and the whole world explodes. But no, that doesn't happen.
No.
So you reach down and grab it, and it was glistening, and it feels wet. Like it feels like it just feels wet. And as you grab it, the black liquid coating the book starts shooting up your arm.
Yep.
Right, that? But it only shoots up to around, like finger-like up to around here, and then it immediately recedes. And you feel this calmness. You feel this calmness. Mechanically, you have absolutely, unequivocally, no connection to Glacky, period. It is gone.
Really?
You have no
What?
Yes.
You will never have a desire to read that book you found. You are not claimed by that book. The one that was found in Heinrich's house. You are completely free from that connection
But
by grabbing this book.
what
What?
connection was replaced with this book?
You don't feel like as you got the book in your hand. Other than that, you don't feel like there's, beforehand when you had passed out way back when you had passed out, looking at the papers around the Corbett Farmstead house, and you got dizzy and you passed out and you dreamed of the lake and then Glacky and blah blah blah. All those things that happened, right?
Yep.
You don't feel like something is assailing your brain. You don't get any visions.
This.
And it's only to Blackley. There's nothing like I didn't get anything from like said the rose. thing too. That didn't go away. I still have that rose stem as a...
You still have the rose stem in your pocket. Mm-hmm. And when you picked it, you did feel like you had done the worst thing imaginable.
Right.
Right? You felt like nothing would ever be good and pure again after you picked that rose. That's also gone.
Okay.
And you have the stem in your... You still have the stem in your pocket. Mm-hmm. That goes way back.
Yeah.
That stem from the Church of Contemplation courtyard. Which Easter egg people...
As soon as I see the book,
yeah.
All I'm going to do is just say, well, that's bold of you, given our history with books as of lately.
Well, you've all seen it shoot up her arm as well. And shoot back.
I will run up to try. If I see that, and
then it sort of retreats.
Then I'm going to stop right before I was about to grab you and pull you away. But as soon as I see it retreat, I will stop and just grab you by the shoulder and be like,
it's fine.
Okay, let's stop right there. Amos grabs Agatha by the shoulder. We're going to go
Amos
from
is
this
the senator.
point. Roll me
what?
Roll me a percentage.
What am I trying to... Why do you seem so... I don't like this.
Yeah,
I have my own tray. 40. Straight 40.
Can I see your good sheet? Can I see just the iPad?
oh my god.
Oh well.
What is happening right now?
Amos.
Goodbye.
We didn't really get along, but...
we didn't get along, but you know what? We shared some moments together.
You know what? I would have let you live in my house. I would have kicked her out, but I would have let you live in my house.
That's fair.
Amos, as you grab her by the shoulder and you stop for a quick second, you feel a tingling in your hand. Okay? Immediately. I'm just let me finish describing what happens to you because it almost happens instantaneously. I'm assuming you start feeling a tingling in your hand and then you let go of her. I'm assuming. Because it's almost like your fingers are going to sleep as you grab a hold of it.
Yeah.
And do you let go?
I guess.
It's up to you. You need to tell me whether you let go.
If I feel a tingle by coming into contact with her?
But when you grab her, it feels like your hand is falling asleep.
Like you're getting pins and needles.
Yes, like you're getting pins and needles in your hand.
Well, the original thing that I was going to do was to try and grab her to pull her away from the black ichor, but as soon as I saw it go away, I would have let go anyway.
Okay, so
yes, I would have and then been like, what the fuck is going on with my hand?
So you grab her, and your fingers, it almost feels like it's going to sleep. And then Simon says, I love that.
I was going to say, I will do it.
Holds up his hand, and is like, what the fuck?
I'll look back.
And then the rest of you see both of them drop and start seizing.
What?
It's almost immediately after you both just drop prone to the ground and start fucking seizing.
So the last thing I say before I start seizing is, oh, that's bold of you. You're touching books like, oh, fuck!
Yeah.
No, that's what happens.
Oh, good.
Okay. Doctor's instinct kicks in. I'm just gonna run over to Amos and see if I can figure out how to help him, basically, or how to help both of them, essentially, because the same thing's happening to both.
I'm gonna put the book down and run to Simon because you've got Amos.
You put it back down into the...
Probably on a table, like a...
Okay, so you lay it on one of the tables. Because you're in the BBR. You
Yeah.
just lay it on one of the tables.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll go over to Simon and try to help, I guess. That's whisper.
This is going swimmingly. I'm going to roll for Simon, and you're going to roll for yourself, and you need to roll a Constitution check.
What did I roll earlier?
You don't know?
You don't know.
That's
8.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
8
You have a really high.
out of 80.
Yeah, you really have a high Constitution.
Damn.
That's an extreme success. So I feel
Yes. You have an extreme success. As they're both seizing, there's clearly something wrong. Agatha, Althea, who were you running to?
Amos, I see.
Amos, and then you're running to
Simon.
Okay, so, and that's what happens. And you go over and you try to help him. I'm not sure where the medical science was at this point, but I'm going to say,
Yeah, I think I kind of know, though.
Oh, go ahead.
They would have tried to stop the person from seizing, and the first thing is they would try to make sure they're not swallowing the tongue and maybe put something between the teeth. I know that's not proper. That's not what you're supposed to do now. But
I know. Fair enough. I was just going to say, but I'm going to say that you put them into recovery position anyway. But
okay, fair enough.
But no, but I'm not going to now.
Yeah.
No. I don't mean I'm not penalizing you for it. That is a nice bit of knowledge to know. So that is what you tried to do. Let's also know that this is not a regular seizure. So what you would typically do, you're not. This is what it is. Because what you both notice as you go to both, that from their eyes, ears, mouth, nose, they're leaking this blackness. This liquid. As you recall, that Simon's blood is sort of blackish as well, and City Eaters in general.
Oh, sweet fucking God!
Right? It's not a lot coming out, but they are. Yeah, I know. It hasn't been brought up in quite a long time.
I know what's going on.
It hasn't been brought up in quite a long period.
I have to not be seizing to say something.
I mean, it is a bit. It is a different consistency than the ooze.
Oh, I'm
It is
sure
a
it
different
natively
consistency.
doesn't do worm shit unless you do shit to it. Corbin's a City Eater. All right.
Yeah.
So they start doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I need medicine checks or first aid. It's up to you, really. I think it would actually be first aid.
Well,
I think medicine's more long-term care.
I can't do medicine.
My first aid is better than my medicine.
My medicine's better than my first aid.
Both.
Well, I mean, so either way, one of you is fucked. So let's just take it.
97
Out of
35.
Who were you on?
I was on Simon.
That's a critical fumble.
God damn it!
54 out of 85 in first aid.
You have 85 in first aid?
Not a doctor. It was really good to begin with.
Oh, and hope!
Doctor just works on dead bodies. Christ.
Oh my God.
Hopefully you're as good as helping people as I am at shooting them. Jesus.
Well, because usually when things happened, it was Althea who would do first aid, not Agatha.
Either way, you do what you got to do, and it seems like Amos is,
Stop shaking as much.
he's still going. But you realize that you can't really hold him to stop him from
No,
moving.
his strength
So
is significantly
you more focus on making sure he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Yeah.
Recovery
And stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You just make sure on that. Agatha.
Yeah.
When it comes to Simon, though, you kill him. No, I'm just joking. You
gotta stop this
figure for some reason. Yeah,
shit. You gotta fucking stop this shit.
you figure you panic a little bit when you're doing it. I'm not saying that you panic easily, but I mean a fumble is a fumble.
Yeah.
And trying to protect his tongue, you are trying to you start choking him.
Oh.
He starts choking is what's happening. Okay? Now as this is happening, you hear at the doorway, what the fuck's going on here? And you see Skeet, and he sees Amos and stuff like down. I need to roll something for Skeet.
Oh, for the love of fucking God!
I need you both to roll me spot hiddens because you're focused on your patients.
Burn the fucking luck. I know exactly what's happening right now.
79 out of 69.
I never said burn every amount of luck that you can give it, but you can. What'd you get?
97 out of 72.
Oh my God,
Okay,
both of you.
burn it.
And I'm not gonna burn that one.
No, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I want to, but I won't. But I want to. But I won't.
You know what's gonna happen.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
You know what's gonna happen.
Since when does Agatha not want to know what's gonna happen?
You know what he's gonna do.
I have a patient in front of me. I don't know what's gonna happen.
God damn it!
So what happens
Oh my God!
is you both look up and see Skeet in the doorway, but you have more pressing problems than Skeet,
Yes.
right? You're dealing with
A medical emergency.
a medical emergency, 100%. So you focus back down.
This is
Okay?
the perfect storm. It was contained and now it's not.
Okay?
And I don't mean inside
And
the
you both
sarcophagus.
sort of in your peripheral see Skeet move into the room at this point.
Yeah.
You see him move into the room. Okay? Yeah. I need you to roll me a luck roll.
Oh my God. Okay. 85 out of 59.
Stop using the tower. I take back what I said earlier. Use your own goddamn shit.
You better feel bad about that.
Thanks, you bastard. Holy shit.
Simon goes still. Stops breathing.
Do I see this?
You see this.
Do I know Skeet's in the room?
Yes, you both saw Skeet.
Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of knowledge I had from before that's kind of like I took note of but hasn't really come up since. And I say, Skeet, hold Amos for me. Make sure he doesn't hurt himself so I can move to Simon. Because I know Skeet's strong enough to hold Amos.
Yes. And as you say that and look over at Skeet, he's standing holding the book.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
He's holding the book and he looks terrified. He looks out of his mind.
Okay.
Mentally broke.
Okay.
And he says... Where did you get the book? Where did you get the book?
Okay.
And then you remember...
Yep.
Beforehand, he mentioned you don't read books.
Nothing good ever came of
Nothing ever good comes out of books. Period. You have this distinct feeling that it's this specific book.
Okay.
He's breaking down. Everything's just going to shit.
It's not even like we did things like right into the perfect storm of all this shit. This could have gone so much better.
Yes, it could have.
Did you want to say something?
Alec, this is all your fault. Okay.
Now, if you try a certain if you try
Actually,
to
your fault.
if you
No, it isn't. I gave you that choice.
if you try, you can try an opposed roll to try to calm.
Okay,
down
so
if
right
you want.
now, Amos is at least, he's seizing, but I feel like I've done what I can to keep him from hurting
Yes,
himself further.
100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to just slowly stand up, and I'm going to be like, Skeet, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody has read the book. Nobody's opened the book. You can just put it down, put it back down, and we're gonna help Simon, okay? We're just gonna help Simon. We're gonna make everything better. It's okay. No one has read anything.
Psychoanalysis roll? Do you have psychoanalysis?
I have the 1%.
If not, I will allow a psychology, but you need at least a hard.
I have a 10% base in the psychology.
You don't have either?
Listen!
You two need to be in the opposite positions right now.
Listen. What about persuade?
Persuade. But it will have to be a hard success.
I have the base 10% in persuade.
Oh,
You two
my
should
God.
flip. Should flip.
That's right,
Just
because
switch spots.
you have a credit.
Charming.
You
I
have
have credit rating.
It's the worst.
To be
case
fair, yeah, because I
scenario.
still only
It's-
have the base 15% in
it's an
charm.
opposed roll.
Please. Oh, Lord.
Sir, may I roll some more?
Lord. Oh,
Could be
Lord.
such a dick to give her a penalty die again.
Don't you dare!
No,
I already fucked with us.
I'm gonna hedge my
She already
bets.
has to roll a 2.
No.
Which she did not do.
I got a 65. but whatever.
That new.
Okay, yeah, it was a hard success, so you would have needed a 5. Not an extreme. Extreme
Oh,
is one
hard,
thing.
right. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so it's deadlocked. So you're not really getting through to him,
Yeah.
right? He just seems to be. You do notice that when Agatha picked it up, there was this black that came up. That is not happening to him.
Yeah.
You don't see a
Okay.
thing crawling up him or anything else.
Okay.
He seems very upset.
So his grip on this book, how tight is it?
It looks pretty tight.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Did I see her going towards me and Simon?
Well, she didn't go towards you. She stood up, spoke to Skeet.
Okay.
But I know Simon has gone still. Obviously,
Yes,
he's underneath me.
you're on him. Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna freak out. I'm probably gonna be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Althea, I need you over here! Oh my god!"
Agatha. Okay. Step away from Simon, and I will try and save his life. You talk to Skeet, please.
And Agatha, as you look up, you see Skeet losing his mind holding the book.
But
Okay.
whatever you do, do not fucking touch it.
I make no promises. Anyway.
Oh, she's not living in my house anymore.
No, come on. Listen, let's
That wasn't me character-wise saying that. Me saying that.
Yeah, that's not her character.
In character, Althea says, "Don't fucking touch it."
Yep.
But yeah, so you go talk to Skeet,
Sure.
and I will try.
Perfect. Althea.
Yes.
First aid check on Skeet.
So I'm
First,
Simon.
Simon.
First, actually, medicine check on Simon. First.
I got a 5% of a 70.
nice.
That would have been nice
Cool.
a while ago, but you know what? We'll save Simon.
So
Fine.
as you get over to Simon, you realize that he is not dead. His body has gone catatonic like he did when he was
Previously.
stabbed. Remember, he was almost
Yeah.
Oh, when Father O'Malley joined us.
and he woke him up. But he seems like his body has went into hibernation.
What was it Father O'Malley did? Did he put sugar in his mouth and stuff, or did he just
On
put
his
it
chest.
on him?
On his chest.
I can go through the whole process,
that's fine.
but you know that you just know that from your medicine check.
Okay.
You can roll me a first aid as well, though.
Okay.
Because knowing what you know,
Yeah. 29 out of 85.
okay. I'm just gonna say, without me going to the Bible, because I can,
Yep.
to pull out the exact ritual.
Steps of the ritual.
You remember what it was, and you immediately go and grab what you need
Yeah,
because
like
you're into BBR,
Yes.
and you start that process, which will take a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? Done.
Okay.
Agatha.
Yes.
You see Skeet, and he's holding this book, and you know out of anybody, he is in a mental break.
Yeah.
Straight up, just from seeing it, let alone holding it. Where did you?
I'm gonna.
This is gone. It's not supposed to be here anymore.
Okay, so
Ah!
is there any orange juice on the counters? In a thing.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so-
the staff has gotten used to him drinking it all and always having a
Okay.
lot of extra.
So I'm gonna have a jug of orange juice, and I'm just gonna slowly go towards me like, Skeet, calm. Do you want some orange juice, hun? It'll make you feel better.
Okay, so it would be an opposed roll psychoanalysis.
So do I get a
I will allow a bonus die.
bonus?
I will allow a bonus die just because, you're not just saying, I'm going to do a psychoanalysis check.
40 straight up out
so-
of 78.
Yeah, so as you got the orange juice, he seems to focus a bit on the orange juice.
Okay.
Like, it's almost a little bit creepy. Mm-hmm. The way he's freaking out, and he's just like, he gets this blank expression. Mm-hmm. He's just staring at the jug of orange juice, and his arms are gone a little bit limp
Okay.
as you're talking calmly to him.
Yep. So I'm gonna go up to him close.
Knee him in the balls.
I'm not gonna bag tag him like I did for Simon.
Oh, okay.
Look how that turned out to Simon.
So anyway, I'm going to say, Skeet, if you put down the book, I'll give you this jug of orange juice. Okay?
He seems to be fairly vacant. And after a couple of seconds, he slowly reaches his hand out and lays the book on the table where he picked it up. You notice that there is no, even though the book is glistening and it does feel wet, you notice that it doesn't leave, like where it was laid on the table, there isn't a mark of wetness.
Okay.
And you also notice that Skeet's hand isn't wet.
Yeah, there's no residue.
There's no.
Okay.
But he lays it on the table, and then he immediately drops to his knees, puts his head in his hands, and breaks down crying.
Okay. I'm gonna go over. I'll put this jug close by for him to reach, and I'm just gonna basically comfort as if like a mother and a child, right? Just kind of
Yes.
touching and
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very good. Very good. Makes sense. That could have went really bad. If you actually hadn't tried to talk to Skeet, he would have ran.
Yeah.
So very lucky.
With the book in tow.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
He would have tried to go destroy it.
Buried in the
You
woods.
potentially. Anyway, don't know why I said that. I don't need to tell you shit. Either way, Amos. So you start doing the ritual.
I take notes, everybody.
Yeah. Ask for sugar strangely. So you run and grab sugar, and you take a little bit of water, because you vaguely recall, you're almost doing it on autopilot. Roll me Cthulhu Mythos. I've been asking for a lot of these the last couple of games, but just roll it to me, because I want to see if you are you when you do it. No, okay,
What?
you are. I forget
I
what I
rolled
said.
the opposite of my score.
So, yeah, you make the ball of sugar, sternum, legs, head, and you start chanting basically what you recall, and you're almost not even yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just this stressful moment,
Autopilot.
right? You get it done, and then you put your... Yeah, that's... Okay, so you put your hand over this sugar ball on Simon's chest, and you start chanting. What languages do you speak?
I speak English and I have points in Latin.
Okay, so you speak in Latin.
Okay.
Okay, it's different than what it was spoken in by Father O'Malley, which is Germanic. And then when you take your hand, the sugar ball looks like it's black, and you put it in Simon's mouth, and then very quickly he wakes up.
Okay. And is he still having seizures? Or
No.
No. Okay.
No, he wakes up feeling fairly tired. You wake up feeling very tired. Fairly tired. You're not sure what happened.
What the fuck?
And Steve is still crying over.
And I just kind of slump back like I've
With
just
you.
run a marathon go, oh my god.
You've only been up for like a half hour.
Yeah.
An hour, maybe.
How cognizant am I?
Everything's a little bit hazy, but you are awake.
Can I see the book?
Well, you're lying on the floor and you can see the book on a table. It's
Perfect.
over, but in between you and the table would be
I'm gonna try
Agatha
my-
and Skeet.
Best to get up,
Yeah.
not really paying attention to what's going on around, knowing that that book probably has something to do with what just happened. I'm gonna grab like a face cloth nearby. I'm assuming that there's like towelettes or things. I mean,
Yeah, there is.
Use a chair or a
take
plate
one,
or something.
toss it over the book.
Okay, so you're going to walk over with the cloth, and then you're going to throw it over the book.
Yes,
Okay.
cover the book up completely.
Okay.
Does it soak through?
No.
Then I will take the cloth wrapped book and just as quickly as I can toss it back in the sarcophagus.
You grab the cloth wrapped book. Roll me percentage, please.
That's why I was like, use a chair or a plate.
I thought that would have done it. Well, that's not good. 98.
This is Cthulhu missiles. I'm just gonna place cloth over this.
I thought that would protect a barrier of protection between me and the book. All right, that's not good.
Martha, grab a tea
You
towel.
didn't even hold the book. You just had to touch me, and that happened.
That's a fair point, actually. I didn't think about that straight.
Okay, so you grab the book,
I should be upset.
and you drop again.
Really? Fuck!
You drop again, and as you wake Simon up,
Yeah,
Oh
fuck.
my god.
they're...
Okay,
More sugar, please!
back to Amos. Medicine or first aid?
You generally know how to help now because you've both already helped. I'm going to say that, Agatha is still going to have to make a check because she had failed her so profoundly before. But that means you need to leave Skeet.
I'm not prepared to leave Skeet.
Okay.
on
Okay,
his
so you
mental
need to do
state.
both, so who's first?
Amos is first because, his life or whatever.
enough.
Amos is first. I'm going to get him to the point where
Sucks.
I know he's not going to hurt
Sucks,
himself.
sorry.
Where I know he's not going to hurt himself. So first aid check.
I'm actually just going to push along and say you already generally
Okay.
know what to do. You've already
Okay,
dealt with
that's
it.
I'll do
fair.
that.
And
Let's
do-
redo the past hour of events, please.
I'll do that, and then I'll get up, and I'm going to take.
And Simon is also, you can do the same thing to Simon.
Yeah, stop reading.
You don't
the
need to
past
do
hour.
the sugar thing.
No, but what I mean, Simon isn't in a seizure anymore, is he?
He drops.
Yeah.
Simon, as soon as you wake him up, he immediately...
Yeah, basically,
He did it.
undid the past hour worth of work, but Derek's being nice and letting us not have to
Okay.
redo the past
I'm
hour.
imagining
Okay.
You learned something. Okay,
Touch the book!
everyone.
Amos, Simon, and once that's done, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna grab what I assume I would have, like a candelabra or some crap in this room, take it, and is this table near the open box? Or
It would be, because you picked it up And then you laid it down
Yeah,
on the
it's
table.
basically imagine the box behind me. I stand up.
I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna whack that book into the crate like I'm playing baseball.
Constitution roll. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's a joke. That was a poorly timed joke. As you smack the book and you knock it into
Okay.
the chest, the chest, the Egyptian chest.
Yes.
Again.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, not again, but you put it in there, yeah.
Assuming that everything just went the way are Simon and I awake again?
You are really groggy now. Okay. So
Don't touch the fucking book!
I know I've asked for this stuff a lot, but at the moment, there's a few things that is a result of what happened. Okay?
You have
I'm
it.
ready to roll.
There's no need for a roll.
Okay.
You have a slight.
Because there's a few things. As you wake up, you feel, now that you had a chance, you take a second, you're a bit more groggy.
This time I don't get up right away. I just lay there.
It's like sticking your finger in a socket twice.
So, what has happened has weakened you. Weakened you to the point where you no longer have wingdings for hit points. You have hit points for hit points. You are weakened.
What are my hit
from
points
the
at?
It is whatever your regular full hit points are. You're not like,
thank
you never
God.
lost hit points, but beforehand there's all these things that happened to you. And you weren't really, you didn't need to keep track of them because your body righted itself.
Yeah, like being
At the moment, your body will not right itself.
Yeah, you can't be blown out of a
There's
window.
something
in
that
a car.
happened. Now, you still know you and Simon are connected. It's not gone. But whatever just happened weakened you temporarily.
Gotcha.
Or whatever that situation is.
Oh, now we're going in the Silver Twilight Lodge. Mortal.
And the other thing is, quite quickly, as Simon wakes up and he sits up, he has this huge, like this look of shock on his face. And he's like looking at his hands. You also notice that his skin isn't as pale. Agatha,
Yeah.
you notice he's not. His skin doesn't seem to be any different. He doesn't seem like it's alabaster or that marble.
It looks like
He looks like he's,
healthy male.
yeah,
Yeah.
a healthy male. And he's just in shock. He's just looking at his hands and he looks over at you and he's like, this is fantastic. I haven't felt anything in so long.
The fuck does that mean?
I haven't felt anything in so long.
Same personality though.
And he's like he's rubbing his arms, and he looks ecstatic. He's just like, and he's smiling, and he starts laughing, and it isn't a creepy laugh. it's like
Excitement.
He's excited. He's like,
Does this help or fuck us when going to the lodge?
oh, probably fucks us, but I mean,
Great. Great.
oh my god, I need some scotch. Because you do also remember
Can't get drunk. Yeah. Can now.
Yeah.
you can enjoy booze. But Simon's over and he's trying to get himself a drink of stuff like that. Skeet seems to have calmed down and he seems a bit confused to you. He's like, what's going on? As you're familiar with mental breaks, that there's usually a little bit of amnesia or a little bit of clock. What is happening to him seems to be what would happen to anybody. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Is he disassociating the?
Yeah, he's disassociating in
No,
it, but he's acting
Like a person.
like a person.
a normal person.
Oh.
Yeah, but remember the question is if he's somebody hiding.
If he's a replicant
From your
without knowing he's a replicant.
But from your psychoanalysis and dealing with this, you realize that he couldn't have faked this. I mean, he couldn't have. In
No,
your professional
okay, fair
opinion.
enough.
In your professional
So
opinion.
if he was hiding as somebody else, it would have been revealed very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he's not. It just means he's not aware of it.
Right.
Yeah, he's not in subterfuge. He could be possessed by something though. That's what I think is happening. I think someone's got a remote switch on them. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think so, but anyway, I'm probably just gonna be like, you came in here. I'm just gonna say, okay, you're fine right now. You're okay right now. Here's some orange juice. Okay. I think you're gonna go lie down. Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm going to steer him where he doesn't look.
Good
at
call,
the box.
Agatha.
And I'm just gonna
Let's
steer
undo the other half of the hour.
yeah, I'm gonna steer him out of the room and just say, just go to bed, Skeet.
Yes, my
Okay.
treehouse is wonderful.
If we need you, we'll come get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Yes, I'm going to be completely fine.
You got enough orange
And
juice?
I'll be well rested enough for later too.
Okay. All right.
Go.
All right. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. And he scurries.
I thought you were going to say he skeets off.
Yeah, he skeets away.
All right.
But Simon just seems to be.
I'm
And he's
gonna,
drinking a drink. He's like, "Oh my god, that tastes fantastic." Oh,
And I'm just going to look at you, Agatha,
Yes.
and say, can you please put down the lid?
Wait, mask, robes. We can't touch the other masks.
What do you mean?
What do you mean we can't touch them?
There's a wooden mask in that box.
Yes.
I think we only have one usable mask.
Why? We stole 2 masks from the lodge.
You said the other masks had that weird spiny shit in it.
Okay. I'm confused.
yeah. So the
Is it-
masks were. So just, I don't mean to cut you off. It's just that those porcelain masks, that you don't know what material it was made of, but it felt weird, and that there was like almost like you
Yeah.
could move and stuff like that and form to your face, but it wasn't shaped like a human face. The contours were weird.
And it was something akin to the teeth that we found in
Yes.
Phil's gullet. Right? We don't know what putting those masks on our face will do. I think the wooden mask was put in here so that it could be a proper disguise and we don't get fucked by wearing the other masks, which means we're actually down to one suit. Somebody want to put a mask on and find out?
After everything that just happened in the past minute,
Oh, don't touch the fucking book.
you think it's perfectly fine to touch the other things inside this chest?
It's a wooden mask. I don't know. The other masks scare the shit out of me.
As they say, don't touch the fucking book and blah 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 blah. You don't think there's anything wrong with the book?
No, I know. I don't think there is anything.
If
wrong with
anything, the book, and I'm not trying to take over your character, I'm not saying this is a compulsion.
No.
At all. Because it's not. That's not how this works for this thing. This thing. It helped you,
Yes.
right? Like whatever it was. I'm just saying from your perspective.
Oh no, I highly agree with everything that you're saying.
That's just the outside of the book.
Now, how far away? Where did we store the other masks? I'm just curious.
Basically the 2 robes that you have found before and the masks themselves can be anywhere that you want them to be. So I'm going to say at the moment, since it wasn't specified, they're down in the lab war. Is everyone okay?
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry, Marion, that you weren't in this episode a lot.
I
You were effective in this episode.
I'm gonna go over to the car. I won't pick up the book. I'm just gonna go over to the box, and I'm just going to say, I don't know what happened with you, but Simon is ecstatic. He says he's feeling.
This is
things.
great!
Like when you say feeling, like you're talking like human, like normal.
Oh, I
Oh,
can
I
feel
am.
my bones now. It's been about a week since I've been.
I am human. I've always been human.
And I was aware about the Glacky situation, right? I am aware that was
Yeah,
a
so
thing.
the thing is that you do know, as Agatha and the stuff that you've went through, is that you are, because when you had your mental break, you didn't remember seeing Glacky.
Right.
When you looked. But every now and then you do know you say Glacky. Every now and then there was times you'd say it. And you do recall the situation with the book when you picked it up, you're mine. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And the spine came out and
That's right.
blah, 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 blah.
Okay. I'm honestly going to tell you, since touching this book, I have not felt more free.
Yeah, that's exactly the right way to say it.
It has reverted something supernatural within Simon.
I think someone should send someone to get Mr. Black and Marion back here. And I think we need to talk about the contents of this because I think this just proved my point from earlier. I think all 3 of these things could help. Maybe not the book, but the mask. And now we have 3 robes instead of 2.
I don't see why not the book.
You and Simon could talk about the book. I apparently also feel fine, and if they're dealing with some supernatural shit, then maybe it is helpful. But I'm going to let the people that know what the fuck they're doing with the book deal with the book. But I think the masks we need to look at before we start randomly putting those spiny masks on our not culty faces.
And what if this book that can remove supernatural things can remove something supernatural off the mask?
It's exactly...
That's what I'm
masks.
saying.
Maybe.
Thank you for listening to The Call. Our next episode will air Tuesday, December 13th. The Spacers, our sci-fi podcast, are waiting us all to get together again before recording more episodes. Please leave us a review in your podcast app of choice and visit our main website for merch and Ko-fi information. As usual, we'd love to thank our donators over on Ko-fi, including Josiah, Lindraska, Tavin, Eden Flynn, Flatted Fifth, Noah, Alex B, Rosa, Tyler James, Noops, D-Devil1193, Kurt, and Alec. Music and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films and Artlist. And your players for tonight were Elizabeth Wells, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Zelansky, and Zach Barrett. Your audio and video operator was Rob Hickey, and your DM or keeper was Derek Snow. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.